It's 2026. Sidney Crosby is 39 years old and he's still one of the most dominant players in hockey. Here's what he actually does to keep his body NHL ready. His off-season training with Andy O'Brien is the stuff of legend. Hill sprints and crossovers on a historic hill in Halifax that most guys wouldn't touch. His diet is so strict he admits he's jealous of Alex Ovechkin eating whatever he wants. The NHL-PA just voted him the player most likely to become a head coach. And after seeing his routine, you'll know exactly why. The NHL-PA runs a player poll every season where they ask guys around the league all kinds of questions. In 2025 and 26, one of those questions was which current player would make the best head coach someday. Sidney Crosby won by a mile. And this wasn't some popularity contest based on old highlights or nostalgia. Crosby has been voted most complete player by his peers for 6 straight seasons now. That means the guys who face him every night still think he's the best all-around player in the league. This isn't a legend writing out his career and reputation. Crosby is still elite in a league full of players who were in elementary school when he won his first cup. His body should be breaking down like every other 39-year-old's, but somehow he's still getting stronger. Mike Sullivan, his former coach in Pittsburgh, didn't mince words. It's not by accident that this guy's as good as he is. Sullivan has never seen another player commit like Crosby, and the answer starts long before the season ever does. Everything starts with Andy O'Brien. He's been Crosby's trainer since the junior hockey days, which means they've been working together for over 2 decades. Every summer, Crosby goes back to the same place he's trained since he was a kid. It's the Citadel Hill in Halifax, Canada, a National Historic Site with a steep incline that's perfect for hockey-specific work. The drills look simple until you try them. Crosby does hill sprints, karaoke drills into forward sprints, and 45-degree crossovers going uphill. One strength coach who broke down the footage called Crosby the Dream Client, a guy who's almost every athletic tool lumped into one body. But running fast is only part of it. The crossovers uphill force his core to fire on all cylinders because he's absorbing and redirecting force instantly. He also does lateral squats where he stays low the whole time, reverse lunges into Russian step-ups, and lunges with reach that unlock his upper back. All of it translates directly to edge work and power on the ice. The same coach explained that these lateral squats really open up the hips, and staying low across the whole movement separates good edge work from great edge work. There's also a competitive side to all of this. Crosby has been filmed racing Nate McKinnon up that hill, and you can tell he treats every rep like it matters. His trainer mentioned that Crosby always does 1 or 2 extra reps even when nobody's watching. That's not discipline for the camera, that's just who he is. The psychology behind it matters every bit as much as the physical work. Crosby has talked about how he actually enjoys the training process.
I'm pretty strict, honestly, during the summer, but the odd piece of cake here or there, ice cream, something once in a while to keep you happy, but I think as an athlete, you kind of understand that's...
He explained that he focuses on whatever makes him confident and gets him into the right form for training camp. A different coach who watched the training claimed that enjoying the process is the real key to longevity in hockey. Most guys burn out or start cutting corners after 20 years. Crosby just keeps putting in the work. You can see it in the little things too. When he was younger, Crosby spent hours on that hill building foot speed and stability. At 39, he's still doing the exact same drills with the exact same intensity. The hill hasn't changed. He hasn't changed at all. The only difference is the guys he's racing against keep getting younger. But summer training is only half the story. Once the season starts, the real test begins.
The early days were pretty long, from what I remember.
At 36 and beyond, Crosby started making small but important changes to his game day routine. The morning skate became optional, and Crosby chose to stay off the ice most days. Instead, he grabs his stick and gloves and finds a quiet corner of the rink to do solo stick handling. He also plays soccer with teammates like Brian Rust, and Crosby joked that sometimes he burns more energy in soccer than he would have in morning skates. His naps shrank as he got older too. He used to sleep 2.5 hours when he was younger. Now it's harder to do that, and he still doesn't drink coffee. Crosby admitted he gets pretty amped up naturally, so caffeine doesn't do him any favors. He tried it before and didn't think it was good for him. The weight room work doesn't stop when the season starts. Crosby still hits heavy leg days with barbell back squats, walking barbell lunges, deadlifts, and plyometric box jumps. He does the squats for 4 sets of 5 reps, the lunges for 3 sets of 8, and the deadlifts for 8 sets of 2. That's the kind of load most guys half his age would struggle to recover from. He runs these leg workouts twice a week with 2 days of rest between sessions, and the weights stay heavy while the reps stay low. Mike Sullivan didn't hold back when he described what makes Crosby different. He explained that all the subtle things Crosby does go unseen. That's why Sullivan has always made it clear Crosby's success is no accident. The talent is obvious, but the commitment to maximizing every single opportunity separates him from everyone else. All that work means nothing if you're feeding your body the wrong stuff, and Crosby's diet might surprise you. His go-to breakfast is an omelette with turkey bacon, steel-cut oats, and greens. That is not some fancy restaurant meal. That's just what he eats almost every single morning. His pre-game ritual is even more simple. Crosby makes a strawberry peanut butter and jelly sandwich before every game. HBO caught him making it during their 24/7 series, and it's become part of his legend. He does not mess with the routine. But his diet has changed over the years. Crosby admitted he doesn't eat as much steak the night before games as he used to, especially on the road. He told reporters as long as it's something healthy, he just makes sure he gets a good meal. And in the summer, he stays pretty strict. He'll allow himself the odd piece of cake or some ice cream once in a while. But that's about it. That makes the Ovechkin comparison pretty funny. Crosby recently admitted he's jealous of how Alex Ovechkin can eat whatever he wants and still perform at an elite level. Ovechkin's diet is basically legendary at this point. Crosby doesn't have that luxury. At 39, he has to be disciplined every single day just to keep up with guys who don't think twice about their next meal. But the diet and training only explain the body. There's a reason his peers think he'd be a great head coach. Mike Sullivan pointed out that most of what Crosby does happens behind closed doors. That means the stick handling, the soccer, the naps, and the routine all matter. It's not one big thing, it's 1,000 little things that add up over 20 years. Crosby's psychology is just as rare as his physical gifts. He still loves the game as much as he did in his first NHL contest. That passion mixed with almost obsessive preparation keeps him elite at 39. Most players slow down by now. Crosby keeps discovering new ways to stay ahead. And that's exactly why his peers already picture him behind an NHL bench someday. Here's what all this means for his future. Reports from August 2026 say Crosby is not thinking about retirement. Insiders expect his next contract with Pittsburgh to run 1 or 2 more years. The discipline that outlasts talent leaves him with plenty left in the tank. Subscribe for more untold hockey stories and documentaries like this one.